Did you ever have to weld an exhaust part, but you simply can't reach on top? Well, we've got you covered. I'm Mark, and this is Flexmig 360. Every now and then, you'll have a customer come into your shop with a leaking exhaust, and you can't replace it because the part is back-ordered, it's not available, or simply too expensive. Well, you always have the option of cutting the old one and welding a universal piece, whether it's a flex pipe, catalytic converter, an exhaust flange. It's a good option. But anyone who's done exhaust repairs in the past will tell you how hard it is to go weld on top. It's almost impossible without dropping the lines. But if you have to drop a line, you're dealing with rusted bolts, stuck hangers, and in some cases, especially Euro cars, you're gonna have to drop a complete exhaust manifold, a job that could take a full day. But if you have a MIG welder and our Flexmig 360, we've got you covered. Check this out. One thing you need to know is this is made for both gas and flux core. This boot right here slides down and seals on the neck of your MIG gun, which allows the gas to go all the way through and come out through the nozzle. Flexmig 360 comes with the extension, 2 adapters, your contact tips, and a nozzle. Now the adapters cover about 90% of the MIG welders on the market. You'll have the 1/4 inch right here. That's mainly for American welders such as Miller and Hobart. And the M6 will pretty much cover everything else. We also have special adapters for Miller-Matic, AccuLock systems, and the Tweco ESAB velocity tips. As for the contact tips, there's the 023, 030, 035, which is 6mm, 8mm, and 9mm, and you'll have the nozzle. Now let's see how easy it is to install on a MIG welder. We'll be using a Hobart Miller gun. In this case, we'll have to use the 1/4 inch adapter, which is already installed. So you grab your MIG gun, remove the nozzle, the tip, install the Flexmig 360 in there, screw it in. Once it's tight, just slide the boot down, make sure it seals on the neck. Power on the MIG welder, and you feed the wire all the way through. Now, in this case, we're running 035 wire, so we'll use the 035 contact tip. Screw it in place. Put the nozzle in, and you're good to use it. In this case, we're working on a BMW 328 with exhaust flanges that are rusted and leaking. The problem is, they're part of the exhaust manifolds and muffler assembly. Replacing those parts would set your customer back a few $1,000s. While welding new flanges is a good option for your customer, you still have to deal with removing exhaust manifolds, because you can clearly see from this video there's not enough room to finish your welds. But with Flexmig 360, all you have to do is cut, fit new flanges, and weld all around. Your customer saves money and you get to sell a job while pocketing a good profit. Okay, now that we've seen it on the Miller Hobart, let's see how it works on different MIG guns. Right now what I have is kind of a generic MIG gun that you find usually on Amazon, and it works just as good. So most of the time they'll use an M6 thread. So you take out the nozzle, the tip, same thing as with the Miller, and you screw in the M6, and yes, this is an M6. Take the extension, you screw it in, and as you can see, it's pretty straightforward. Once it's in and it's tight, same thing, you slide the boot, make sure you have a nice seal, choose your contact tip, nozzle, and you can use it. Now this gun right here is a Lincoln. Same as the other one, you take out the nozzle, the contact tip, and it uses an M6 thread. No need to change anything. Screw it in, slide it down, good to use it. Now this one right here is the Miller-Matic AccuLock system. As I mentioned earlier, you need a special adapter for this one. Take out the nozzle, and you have the AccuLock tip, and use this adapter that's sold separately, which is the AccuLock adapter. Screw it in, same as the other one. Screw in the extension. Once everything is tight, slide the boot down. It'll create a seal, and you're good to go. And lastly, the Tweeko ESAP gun. Same as the Miller-Matic, you have a different adapter for that one. So remove the nozzle, remove the tip, take the Tweeko adapter, which you can see right here, insert in the nozzle, and screw it back in place, and you'll have the adapter coming out. You take your M6 adapter supplied with the Flexmig 360, and you screw it in place. Once it's tight, slide down the boot, and it doesn't have to go all the way through. It could seal on the nozzle, and you're ready to go. Now we know there's different MIG welders out there with flexible necks, but nothing comes close to Flexmig 360. First of all, you get a 10-inch extension out of your MIG welder, which allows you to weld in places that would otherwise be impossible to reach. But the biggest advantage is when you're doing these exhaust lines, you don't need to take out a second MIG. All you need is your main MIG welder in the shop. You install your Flexmig 360 in under 10 seconds, and you're good to go. If you're doing exhaust repairs in your shop, then this tool is a must. Visit www.flexmig.com and get yours today. I'm Mark from Flexmig, and I hope you enjoy.